Hello, big beautiful world. Welcome to the Eyre Peninsula, the place where shadows walk. Where shadows walk. Where did you go, mate? You were there. There we go. Shadow. Shadow. The shadow knows. It's probably Tom or Terry, as usual. We're in Port Lincoln, in the Eyre Peninsula, South Australia. And it's good. This is freeway. It's beautiful, actually. Quite stunning. I'll leave a link as usual. We're going to demo the new Aero 45, 145. The 145 being the supercharged version, I think. We're taking up the 45 because that's just how I roll. We're going to hopefully go for a quick flight down to Thistle Island. And bang on about stuff on the way. So let's get up in the air. Why did I grab this? Well, it's cheap and cheerful. $15 Oz. Avionics. I think that's our beacon, if I'm not mistaken. Battery. Alternator's on. I really like the layout, and there's a lot to like about this, even though it might be cheap. So $15 Oz, less than $15 Oz. That's if you got the top of the Wazza. I think Flight Sim about 25 or 30 Oz if you got the Pauper pack. But that being said, I think our fuel's already on. We're looking good. Okay, so I know nothing about flying this. We're going to learn as we... Oh, hang on. We might want some mags, eh? So for all of you cats who have ever mucked around in the Typhoon, the 108 or the 109, BF 108 and BF 109, then you'll know the look of that puppy. So let's see if that's enough to start us. No. Oh, hang on. So mixture. Always got to do that. Bloody reset. Let's try that. Nice. Okay, so it's got this weird auto prop environment, which is really cool. I think it'll look after its own revs. Prime. Can probably expect the same out of that. Yep, similar deal. Getting our feet on the brakes. Nice little burble. Door opens. Don't think we got any of these shutting. Oh, have we? Oh, hang on. What's that? Is that it? Were you doing something then? Oh. Okay, so no click spots there. Look, let's just pivot around if we can. You're going to give it to me, kiddo? Oh, what are we doing? Actually, let's get a bit of pushback. I don't trust this. Yeah, let's give ourselves a bit of space. I dig the layout. Now, this is a 47 special from Golden Age, 1945, 47 after the war. And it shows. It does show. The whole layout, the whole everything. Those mags, this is what I love about it. It seems like a Bitzer. Could I go up there? Maybe I should. But I don't want to. I don't want to, people, because I am going here instead. We've locked up shop, haven't we? Yep. Alright, cool. Aero, Letov, Praga, Maraz, Zlin. The Czechs led the world in aircraft for a long time. Made a phenomenal array of aircraft with a phenomenal array of designs. And let's just back taxi down. a little bit. So, a phenomenal array of designs, and this is merely one of them. This, arguably, so I've got to bring the, was it AH on? So, this is just one of them, and if you look at the lines, once we're in there we'll see it more clearly. I don't know about you, but I do see the clear distinction from the Seabull series, the 104, 204 series, not the 104, that was a lot. I think the 204 series. Also the Mitsubishi Dyna comes to mind, with the Mitsubishi Dyna Key 3 with the reconnaissance version, without the stacked nose. And also the Messerschmitt 264 comes to mind, the bomber that never was. I think they only built 3 of them. Not unlike the Heinkel 152. Now let's bring her around. We probably won't get her on the captain's bars, or we might. Okay, well, hey. A little too swift. I should be locking up the, I believe that's our lock for thing on now. Just want to see something. Let's hop out for a tick, come to the back. Nice note. There we go, there's our flaps. 2, 3. Okay, so 3-stage flaps, lovely. I really dig the paint job. I mean, it's supposed to be that natural metal finish, but it's more like a grey metal finish here. But there's me being somewhat too small, bonking me head out at the top. Let's get up in the air, see what she's like. Throttle coming open. Now why of all places, given that we've just got the Prague update today, why did I have to take off out of Port Lincoln? And I will tell you, my friends. Let's watch the undercarriage come up, hop out, it's going to get noisy. Still on the brakes, there we go. Bit concerned about these Bromdignadian pilots, these oversized pilots. But that said, let's head back out, bring up our flaps. Well, what's that all about? Cool. So it's a bit dry. I was about to say this time of year, but it's actually winter down there, like it is the rest of Oz. But it is kind of indicative of how it goes down this way. So we're going to fly our whiskey south. Got a decent rate of climb runner actually. So that's that freeway. Port Lincoln scenery, quite cool. Quite cool. So as we head down, that'll do. We're going to take her over to Thistle Island. Now why? Because Commodore Aviation back in the 60s, I think it was, ended up acquiring a 145 from a guy up in Bankstown in Sydney, or from a, I was wondering what was missing. Still crated version. But up in Bankstown, Sydney, and they brought it down here and used to run flights out of Port Lincoln as we just flew out, and all down to Neptune Island, over to King Island and Thistle Island, and amongst the islands all the way over, I think, to Goa on over in Kangaroo Island, over towards the southeast there, towards pretty much where we're heading. Off in the distance you can see, I think that's Thistle Island where we're heading. So just having a look. What am I doing? Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so we're on the cruise of about 180. Trying to get a feel for 444. 2500 on the revs. Da, 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 da. You know what? I can work with that actually. Let's just head this way for a moment. I love the Viz. I do love the Viz. I really love the Viz. It's great. So they used to run passenger flights out of Port Lincoln over to Kangaroo Island and the others. Now, for any of you cats who are into the world of nature and so on and so forth, you'll know the Neptune Islands pretty much due south of here. It's where you can go and dive with the great whites, great white sharks, or cage dive or whatever. But a bit of gustage up this way. Alright, let's give ourselves... You know what, that's perfect. Just trying to get the vis line right so that we can fly nice and easy. Cool. Alright, that's gonna do me. Hands off, we're free, we're good. Still a bit of drop. Still a bit of drop. But I don't mind saying hello. So it's Sunny Port Lincoln down there, and they run the charters out to the Neptune Islands. Now there's a bit of controversy around it at the moment because they feel that all the other fishermen down this way, up to and including obviously the abalone divers and all the rest of it, they feel that the association for great whites with humans now is to, when they throw the chum in the water, the great whites will come and that will get them used to humans, which potentially puts us back on the apex predators list of potential things to bite. No, I did not say eat. They are often as not, that first bite is the one that does it all. You'll have heard me mention that in other things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not making romance of these things that can reach up to 20 feet in length, 3 meters plus in length. Actually, no, what's that? 9 meters? No. 6 meters. 6 meters in length. But that being said, it's an extraordinary part of the world down this way. As you can see, this is in the afternoon light. And I'm not actually, should I? Yeah, forgive me, I'm just going to do this, and I know it kind of breaks the immersion a bit, but that's alright, it happens once in a while. So, I've really only got the one setting for brightness and contrast for the NVIDIA game. Let's see if that's a bit nicer. When you come through the afternoons in South Australia, that red rich field, that's pretty much somewhere between that rich red field and that limestone white chalky field down that way. Very much feels like South Oz. But this is the area. This is where. So this guy, the Commodore Aviation crew, were running flights out of this puppy. Very cool little 5-seater, I think, all up. I mean, one of the beautiful things is, as I was saying before, you've got Let, you've got Letov, you've got Braz, you've got Zlin, you've got Aero, some serious, and who was it who made Praga? Of course, Praga from Prague, and they're all mainly around Prague anyway. But what are we doing? It's really hard on the island to get the gauge on what our attitude is like with this massive amount of space around us. I rather like it. I keep on wanting to go over to the VSI and go, hang on, are we sinking? We're doing good. We're doing good. Praga, of course, made the the 35T tank, very famously used by the Germans in the early stages of Blitzkrieg. And but they also made some really, really cool looking aircraft. I think it's the E211 or E210, very strange, unusual configuration. How does this behave? Very gentle, not quite on rails, which is nice. Let's grab the post cab, we'll hop out for a tick. Pretty in the afternoon sun. Let's come out of dash. There we go. still worried about those bloody pilots. I wonder if they're trying to tell me something. Sweet paint job though. Yeah, so they Praga and Aero and all those other, they had some amazing designs. But yeah, does it remind you of the Mitsubishi Dyna? It reminds me of the Mitsubishi Dyna because that hole over the nose thing. And there are some others like that. I think the Praga E211 looked a little bit similar. I could be wrong. Bud Conestoga out of the States, maybe? No, I think that was just a high mount canopy cockpit area. So down south, so technically I guess these are part, no they wouldn't be. This is just Port Lincoln still and the surrounding islands. Further down south is the North Neptune Islands. Don't think we can see them down yonder. But that's okay, you've got to admit that Viz is fantastic. Very sedate aircraft to get up and about in. Really sweet, not too manoeuvrable. 1947 vintage. And yeah, I like it. I'm actually a bit shocked at how much I'm enjoying this. It's really neat, really cool aircraft. Doubtless we could all use some more bits and bobs around it, but for the price, I shall not complain. I think this is really kind of cool, and it is a lovely design. I haven't flown around Prague yet to check out all the new scenery around the way, but I will leave the link to Commodore Aviation so you can get a feel for why this aircraft was popular down here. I think the aircraft still exists somewhere in South Australia, maybe Port Pirie or somewhere like that, one of the air museums here in South Oz, probably one of the last standing ones in the world. Don't know what the flight properties are like. The engines themselves are interesting, Volta Miners. I thought they would be named after the de Havillands, but they aren't. They're, as with the Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia as it was back then, is renowned, like the French, for being particularly proud people and particularly autonomous people, for right or wrong. And the old war jokes all creep out and all the rest, but the truth of it is that nobody should have to live in war. The Nazis were a particularly brutal pack of aggressors. But you can't take away the fact that the Czech people were insanely industrious and insanely ahead of the curve to have the best part of a dozen top aircraft manufacturers for such a small nation at that point. So it would be interesting to see the Praga. It'd be interesting to see this or that or the other. It would though. This is a good aircraft and it's a really nice design, unusual layout, and really easy on the eye. Sweet liveries, only 4 or 5 of each. Maybe somebody will check the trim on it. Twin trim. It's a little bit odd. A little bit odd. Now, theoreticals, there should be an airfield around here that we can plonk it down at. And that may be it right there. I will venture to say we're just going to go around the island and have a look-see though. So this is all the default scenery. That Port Lincoln wasn't. There is some good, like I said, there is some good SA stuff, South Oz stuff, up on flightsim.to if you're interested in exploring this part of the world. It's a beautiful place, South Oz. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. It's old, you feel the age, like you're doing parts of northern Western Australia as well. Not a lot of activity here, not a lot to do on the Saturday night except bring out the banjo and maybe run off an edition or two of Elvis Costello's greatest hits. But that in itself is quite alright. It's not a bad way to pass the time. I think Neptune Island itself might have a lighthouse. I don't think they have an airfield anymore. Although I do believe they used to have one. I don't believe it's active anymore though. Intriguing, intriguing, intriguing. Yeah, pretty full on part of the world down this way. Pretty, you know, something I guess I'd associate more with the Hebrides, northern Scotland, than I would South Oz. But that's okay. Alright, so I reckon let's come back off the juice a bit. Bleed off the juice. Keep your eye on. So there's our airfield. We're going to come right back. So we don't want to slow it too much. It's in kmh, so I've got to be guarded about what we want to bring her in as. So let us also bring the undercarriage down. And see what we can do here. Still around 200. It's very, very quick. I reckon I've got the speeds really, really wrong, but that's okay as well. As long as I get us down, isn't that all that counts, surely? So look, if you're into it, yeah, I reckon it's really good. Like I said, especially if you can pick it up. We're on the verge of stall, never a good sign. Really sweet, really gonna get to know this puppy, especially in light of oh yeah, she's rebelling. Okay, cool. I might actually bring the flaps up one just in case. Because that's a lot of wind just coming directly off the ocean. And when it loses speed, it really loses speed. So hopefully we're trimming up and holding off. Butter. Okay. Get the undercarriage up. Oh, not the undercarriage, get the bloody flaps up, you goofy kid. Alright, so settle down. Okay, I can deal with that. Messy, but we're there and we didn't cause too much heartache. Nice. Nice. Chuck our handy on and kill our mixture. And here we are in sunny Thistle Island. Nice.
Clear prop.
Correct. Good. Let's get over here. Ah, that's interesting. Getting a frame rate issue now. I think it was it Jonathan Beckett as well? He did a review on this morning. Something similar. So I would venture to say this aircraft is having an impact on the frame rate somehow. That's kind of weird, but what that might be is anyone's guess. Let's see as we walk around. Yeah. Yep. It's getting a frame drop. Something's sucking up the frame rate. So look, you know what, I'm going to end it there. Big beautiful world. We'll see what this is all about. I'll investigate it further, but the aircraft itself is good. Hopefully they'll patch some, if this is the cause of the heartache, they'll patch this up, get it sussed. Alright, I will catch you later. See you later. Bye.